Hi everyone, it's Michelle. Welcome back. So today I thought I would talk about my beauty resolutions for 2015. So I thought long and hard about this. I've watched what a lot of people are doing, and a lot of people have asked me what, sort of my goals or resolutions are around beauty this year. And I really thought about that because the last couple years I've made huge resolutions, or whatever you want to call them, and I was not successful at them. So I'm taking a little bit of a different approach this year, in that I'm not going to set any like hardcore, you can't do this or you have to do that. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to do a little bit of what I did last year, which was at the beginning of the year last year, I went through my entire collection and I got rid of everything that I didn't love. So it pared down my collection, and then my commitment to myself last year was that I'm not going to buy anything that I don't truly love. It isn't about need at this point. I think we're all beyond that. We all have to admit, right, that we're beyond needing any more makeup. I certainly have enough to last me probably the rest of my life. Maybe not foundation-wise or mascara-wise, but, I have enough makeup. But so I'm going to do that again this year, but here's the thing. I'm going to, and last year when I sort of made that commitment to myself, I did really well for the first half of the year. That if I bought things and I didn't love them, I returned them, or if I went to look at things and I wanted them, but I wasn't sure I was going to love them, I didn't get them. And then that kind of fell off the second half of the year, but the first half of the year it went really well. This year I'm going to do pretty much the same thing. I am going to go through my collection and get rid of everything that I don't love or I'm not using. So there may be palettes and things that I really love, but I never use because they're just not me, or, I just don't force myself to use them. So, my decision this year is going to be a little bit more of, but will you use it? And so I will clean all that out, and then moving forward, my goals really are around only purchasing products that I really love and that I know I'm going to use. So we'll see how that goes. And what I thought I would do, and I've actually kind of been doing this since October, I just haven't made videos about it. What I thought I would do is, if you guys are interested, I would do what Julie does from Julie's Beauty Dish. She, at the end of every month, shares everything she bought and how much she spent on that, just as sort of an accountability point to herself and to everyone. So I thought if you guys are interested in me doing that, I would start filming them, because it does sort of, when you're standing there thinking, I'm going to buy this, I want it, and you know in your head that it has to go on a list and you have to add it to all the things that you purchased, and look at that at the end of the month, it makes you rethink, and that has worked for me for the last couple months. So I'm going to continue to do that, and I will film them. I will do a video about them if you guys are interested. So that's sort of my first, sort of resolution around beauty. I'm going to keep checking in with myself at the end of every month to make sure I'm not spending too much and that everything I bought I'm loving and I'm using. So that was the first thing. And the second thing was, I've seen some videos around, I can't remember what they're called, but it's something about pan this palette, or and it basically is around picking a palette that you own that you really want to try to work through this year. And so I'm going to do that, and I am going to pick a palette that I love right now and that I've been using all the time, and that is the Urban Decay Vice 3 palette. I've talked about this. It was in my favorites, and many of you will say, then why do you feel like you want to make it the palette that you're going to use up? Well, because I want to continue to use it, and I don't want to get distracted by something else. I really love this palette, and I want to make sure I'm going to continue to use it. Also, it has a lot of really good colors in it that I don't use on a regular basis, so it will encourage me to continue to be creative. And there's a do I know how much product is in here? Let's see. 0.03 ounces. Each one is 0.03 ounces. So I will be able to work my way through them. And I want to see how many of them I can hit pan on by the end of the year. You know, I wasn't going to buy this palette. I ended up buying it because I thought I'm going to use it. I love it. I have loved it. Now I want to continue to make sure I'm going to love it. And I also think by doing that, you know, this will keep me busy and maybe distract me from some other palettes that may come up that I really want, because really there are so many beautiful looks in here and so many creative looks that I want this to be my palette that I'm going to try and hit pan on as many shades as I can by the end of the year. And some of these shades are not my colors. There's a lot of really good colors in here that are totally me. A lot of neutrals, a lot of, you know, browns and neutrals and golds and that kind of thing. There's some, you know, there's some purples in here and pinks in here that I will wear. But, you know, this column is a little bit challenging for me, but the shadows are so pretty, I want to try to use them. So, for example, the green shadow is called Dragon. One of the things about green shadows is when you put them on the skin, they tend to go black, or they don't hold their green. This one, I think, you know, it's going to hold its green. Look at it. So this will be interesting to see how I can incorporate it. The blue, the sort of medium blue one called Freeze, it's like a denim blue. This will be really pretty in the spring summer months, I think, and again it holds its blue. So I'm curious to see what kind of looks I can come up with to use some of these for. And I think by making this the palette I want to work through this year, even though I love it, it'll keep me focused on it and maybe distract me from some of the other palettes that may come up for sale. So this is the one I'm choosing, and yes, I will continue to use my other products, but you know, I've got 12 months to see how many of the shades in the Vice 3 palette I can hit pan on this year, and I'm going to give it my best shot. And I will kind of keep you posted on my progress on this throughout the year, probably maybe once a quarter or something like that. Or maybe at the end of every month when I'm telling you about how much I spent on beauty items, I will address that as well. So that's the second thing I want to focus on as far as beauty resolutions. And the third thing is around my channel. So, you know, I got really off track last year with how many videos I posted. I got, you know, there was a lot going on in my life, and I just got busy and, you know, didn't make my channel a priority. And this year I've really committed to doing videos twice a week. I'm very committed to doing, putting out a video every Tuesday and every Saturday, and I'm very hopeful to be able to stick with that. You know, they won't all be haul videos, obviously, because I'm going to try and be smarter about the things that I purchase. But, you know, I'll try to do some more get ready with me type videos. I'll try to do more like single product review videos. I'm working my way through a lot of items in my skincare, items that I own. And I'll talk a little bit about that next, but it will give me the opportunity to come and talk to you guys a little bit more about, you know, individual products and how they're working for me and that kind of thing. So that's my third sort of resolution. And the last one is for those of you who've been with me a while, you probably remember, I think it was in 2013, I did a use up what you have in my skincare collection, and I got everything down to just a few products that I really love and use every day, and then the last half of 2014 I totally got off track with that. So I've got rather a large collection of skincare that I've amassed that I need to work my way through, and so I'm going to work on that this year as well. Now there are some skincare items that I won't be without. For example, in my 2014 favorites, I talked about the Lift Lab Lift and Perfect moisturizer. That's not something that I will be without. So while if I have some moisturizers, I may introduce them in the day. If I find they're not keeping my skin exactly where it is right now, I'm going to pass them on or get rid of them. But I have a lot of like open serums and that kind of thing that I really need to focus on. So I will attempt to use them. If I feel like they're not keeping my skin where I want it to be, then, you know, I will get rid of them. But I need to at least address the collection that is sitting with all of my skincare. So that would be my fourth beauty resolution for 2015. So those are my resolutions. I'm going to try and keep it pretty simple. but try to be as accountable as I can be. I don't want people to think, oh, she's taking the easy way out by not like committing to a bunch of stuff. But I know that like making hard, fast rules for myself doesn't work, and I want to, you know, set myself up for success, but still achieve the things I want to achieve, which is really about only buying makeup items that I really love. If there's something that I really love and I know that I will use it, then I can have it. But if it's sort of just one of those things, you know, that everybody has and I want, you know, maybe I need to think twice about it. So, yeah, that is it. The other thing I'm going to try to do is around that is lipsticks. I'm not going to tell myself I can't buy any more lipsticks, but what I am going to try to do is, you know, limit myself to, you know, not buying as many, and especially if they are not a new formula. So, for example, if there's a new formula released and I want to try it, you know, I can have one. Or if it's limited edition and I know it's something that I'm going to love and use, I'll allow myself to purchase that as well. And that's going to kind of live in that, you know, only buy what you really love version of my resolutions. So that is it. I would love for you guys to comment in the comments below what a couple of your beauty resolutions are for this year, and then when, you know, I do my check-in videos with you guys, you can share how well you're doing or not doing as well. So that is it for today. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and I will talk to you all again soon.